Ohaneze warned Burutai on threats of state of emergency in Southeast. The CAS was alleged to have threatened to impose a state of emergency if governors of the state allows any further attack on the security forces. But Ohaneze Ndigbo, in a statement yesterday by the Acting Secretary General and National Publicity Secretary, Uche Achi Okpaga, said though it abhorred violence, it took exception to such open threats to governors of the region by the CAS, who has no constitutional right to do so. Ohaneze said it saw the army chief threat as provocative, coming to a region that has relative peace when it had not done anything close to that to governors of the states in North Central, Northwest, and Northeast that have become theaters of war. While Ohaneze Ndigbo decries violence in any form in the state, it takes particular exception to an open threat and warning to Southeast governors, who by the country's constitution are chief security officers of the state, but are lame ducks in practice as all security commands come from Abuja. Ohaneze Ndigbo finds it particularly provocative for General Burutai to issue such a warning to governors of the Southeast where relative peace prevails, while it has not done the same in the North Central, Northwest and Northeast, which have become theater of war, and where army posts and bases have been subjected in incessant attacks by the Boko people, ISWA and ISIS. Bandits and Fulani herdsmen killing and maiming Nigerian soldiers. We also wonders where the army chief derives the power to issue such a threat, which under the country's constitution can only be carried out by the National Assembly on demand by the president. It is surprising that any army chief who was watching as the governor of Katsina State was negotiating and taking picture with armed bandits would turn round to threaten to impose a state of emergency in states where unarmed citizens are agitating against the harsh and inhuman conditions they have been subjected to by their country. The organization said in the statement, describing the threat as a glaring example of a reckless impunity of public officers and a tacit manifestation of the vacuum in governance at the federal level. Ohaneze believes it was a confirmation of the authority regard of the zone as conquered territory. Ohaneze Ndigbo believes the threat by Burutai is a vindication of the belief that the Southeast is being regarded as a conquered territory, exemplified in the army of occupation stationed in the area. Thank you for listening to this news. My viewers, this is what we are talking about when we say that Nigerians don't know their stance and also don't know where they're supposed to head to. They know when they know the right thing to do, they will not do it. They will just be punk-nosing over matters that doesn't matter. They will just be punk-nosing over issues that they are not even supposed to punk-nose on, paying attention to the wrong direction and also to the wrong people. You can imagine Burutai threatening a state of emergency in the Southeast. He did not only just did that, but He directed it to the governors of the southeast. What an impetus. He is a chief of staff doesn't mean that they don't no one have power to to crucify him. His powers are limited. His powers are limited to an extent. So he should be mindful of how on how he exercises it to the southeast. Who is supposed which region is supposed to experience a state of emergency? Is it the southeast or this or is it the southeastern people or the northerners? Someone should answer me. Because Burutai is has completely embarrassed himself, thinking that he has embarrassed the southeastern people. This shows that he has been in the army, but it looks as if he's been in the army is more or less like a camouflage. Has it not been in the northern region that 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 we have been experiencing series of attacks? And is it not these same northerners that comes to the southeast to attack them in numbers? How many people drop dead on daily basis in the northern region? How many people? How many people? This is so surprising. So surprising. You see, I keep saying it that Nigerian government, I won't lie to you, Nigerian government is a confused government. A confused government because we don't know our stance. We don't know where we belong. And that is why we can say whatever we like at any time. That is why we can challenge people and talk to them anyhow and believing that after saying all those things, we'll go scot-free. It doesn't happen like that in the international and advanced countries. You are talking to an unarmed region, a region that you have not heard of any attack whatsoever. Eh? Is that right? You can see this is what we're talking about. Well, I would say that Indigbo should not bother getting himself worried about Buratai's decision or postulation or threats. I would say that he doesn't understand the period and the system of government that we are at present. He only have the knowledge of a military officer and doesn't understand. So he should try to get himself enlightened and understand on that. So my viewers, I don't know what your comment concerning all that has just been said may be, but please do well to leave your comment below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.